Is 57 Super Mario Odyssey's final minute barrier? The short answer is that we honestly don't know as of right now. To further explore Super Mario Odyssey and its potential, we first got to look into everything that has been done so far, and that's exactly what I'll be doing today. Let's get into it. At the time of this recording, two people have achieved 57, Tyrone 18 and Mitch. Mitch currently holds the world record at 57.54, which has stood since July 27, 2020. Let's see how Mitch achieved this time. First of all, an 80% run starts on the start menu and ends when you escape the Moon Kingdom. One last thing, you'll see the runners will set their clock to 1:53 AM before a run starts. I'll explain why this is done later on. Now let's get right into it. Now to get to the end, you need to traverse through each kingdom and get the moons. You need to leave the kingdom as fast as possible. Cap is pretty straightforward. Mitch just tries to get to the top of the cap tower as fast as he can. Once he gets to the cap tower, he does this trick called left side, which saves 2 seconds. He fights Topper and exits the Cat Kingdom in 2 minutes and 17 seconds. Now Cascade Kingdom is arguably the biggest reset point in the run. Mitch does general movement to get this chain chomp and get the first moon. However, after you collect the first moon, you have to do this trick called DSS, or Dino Skip Skip. This trick is very precise and you have to get it first try to save 10 seconds. Mitch gets it first try and makes his way to the Madame Brutal boss fight. He defeats Madame Brutal and makes his way to the last moon he needs to get to exit Cascade. He grabs his chest moon and gets back up. But wait a minute, how is he able to clip through the wall here? Well, he performed a moon clip. If you backflip and throw Cappy right before you grab the moon, depending on where the moon and the wall correspond, the moon can push you through the wall. This moon clip specifically only saves a second. Now in Sand Kingdom, Mitch starts off by planting the seed at the beginning. Now how is he going to be able to get the seed moon if he isn't going back to sand to get it later? Well, you remember at the beginning of the run where he changed the time? Well, this is called Daylight Savings Time Abuse, or DSTA. Since Mitch normally gets around high 51x Cascade exits, he sets his offset to -28. So by the time he gets to the moon in the rumble room, the seed instantly grows because the clock jumps from 1:59 AM to 3 AM, so the game thinks a full hour has gone by. Other than that, he just does tight movement from moon to moon. He does this strat called Dram, where you can home into this bullet bill after grabbing the moon. Single bill, where he's able to make it to the lone pillar after previously capturing the bullet bill. After that, the rest is just clean movement. He exits the Sand Kingdom in just under 10 minutes. Now Lake Kingdom is pretty straightforward, except for one thing, Lake Clip. This clip saves 7 seconds and Mitch gets it first try. Almost all of the tricks in this game, top runners have them down to almost 100% consistency. It's really the movement in this game that sets apart people like Tyrone and Mitch from everyone else. However, if I were to explain every single minuscule move, we would be here for hours and hours on end. After Lake, there is the Wooded Kingdom. This kingdom is probably the most technical based kingdom out of all of them, and Mitch pulls off everything almost perfectly in this run. The main thing to note here is Nut Clip. For Nut Clip, you do a moon clip, similar to the one that Mitch did back in Cascade. After that, you get this moon that is in the wall. On the Cloud, nothing really too notable here, as it is pretty much an auto-scroller for top runners. He gets the hint art here so that he can have just enough coins for the shot moon and snow. Now in Lost Kingdom, no big things here, just really nutty movement. He does this fast strat here to instantly get this moon that is in the block. Then he does another strat here where he gives the Tribeetle Cappy and triple jumps over to this tree that is the cage moon and breaks it with the Tribeetle. Now time for Metro Kingdom. There's a lot of stuff that goes on here. Mitch cleanly traverses his way to the Mecha Wiggler fight and of course gets the Gerda moon and the chest moon. Now the Mecha Wiggler is the only instance in the run where there's actually real RNG or luck. In the second phase, there is a random pattern that the Wiggler comes out as. Although one of Mitch's shots got eaten by our fireball, he got a really good pattern here. Even though a bad Wiggler pattern normally only loses around 2 seconds to a good pattern, it's still nice to be able to get a good pattern. Now for the second half of Metro. Mitch uses the scooter here so that the edge of the scooter's hitbox can clip into this cage with the RC car moon in it and grab it. He plays cleanly for the rest of Metro and exits out of Metro in 28 minutes and 25 seconds. This run so far is really good, even for Mitch. He hasn't had any significant time losses throughout all of that and is only 14 seconds off of his insane sum of best halfway through the run. Let's see how the second half plays out. He starts off snow strong, however he misses snow clip here. You're normally able to clip through the wall here with the moon so you can roll straight into the loading zone instead of going around. He also misses a trick here called Spiny Manip. It's more optimal to kill one Spiny right before you get the moon instead of killing them all at once. However, he kills all of them at once. These are pretty small time losses though, only accumulating to around 3 seconds lost. He gets Snow Jam and he's on his way to Seaside. Now in Seaside he plays pretty well. He gets a good beginning section so that all he has to do now is just swim across Seaside with the Cheep Cheep and get the rest of the moons. Now don't be fooled, this water section is no auto-scroller. Mitch is taking really tight lines and is making sure that he can officially spawn and grab the moon so that he can be as optimal as possible. He also has to do this trick called Fish Clip. He's able to clip out of bounds here so he can get this moon and then get this moon. Now he's off to one of the most brutal kingdoms, Luncheon. In Luncheon there is this advanced route called Spiritless. Like the name implies, you skip Spirit, but that isn't all. Throughout the entire kingdom, you have to do a bunch of crazy movement. One missed up throw, one missed cat bounce, one missed jump, and your run can be over. This is the second hardest kingdom in the run, and is pretty much at the end of the run, so being able to perform at a really high level, especially knowing that you're on massive world record pace, is a task within itself. Mitch is able to clean and traverse his way through everything, besides making one little error here that costs him around 3 to 4 seconds. Now like Cloud, Ruin is pretty much an auto-scroller, except for the beginning. However, he can lose very small amounts of time on the phases of the fight, because you want to pull the swords out of the dragon as soon as possible. Now Mitch is on to the last 2 kingdoms. I think this deserves a montage.
Please. I'm gonna go for 5. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god! 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 I did it!
He finishes off the run in 57 minutes and 54 seconds, clutching out the first ever 57 and beating the previous world record of 58:11 by Tyrone. Now this run is really good. I mean, after all, it is the world record. However, there is still room for a little bit of improvement. His biggest time save was in Luncheon. Other than that, it's just very little time saved throughout the entire run. but some notable time saves are 5 in Moon, 4ish in Sand, etc. Of the current strats that are done at world record level, the best possible time is somewhere around the 57 3x range. So if the best possible time with current strats is only a mid 57, how will people achieve 56? Well, the answer to this is unclear. In Super Mario Odyssey, there is a sheet called the Best Theoretical Time sheet. Like the name states, it shows the best theoretical time. This sheet is split up into a bunch of segments, and people will grind for hours to get segments down to almost near perfection. At the time of this recording, the best theoretical time is 55:25. So where are those 2.5 minutes going? In Super Mario Odyssey, the movement is very, very optimized. So to put it simply, there are a plethora of strats that save less than like little to nothing that just aren't worth it for speedruns but are done in the BTT. Every cap dive, spin pound, backflip, triple jump, roll cancel, whatever the fuck, is optimized down to frames. The level of movement optimization is achieved from hours of grinding one little 10-second segment, making it not realistic to perform on this level throughout an entire speedrun. Now there is another sheet that I didn't mention, the Com Sub sheet, or Community Sum of Best sheet. This is a sheet that has the best times for each kingdom or split. The Com Sub sheet currently sits at a 56:55, meaning that as of right now it is possible to tame a 56 Sum of Best. Tyrone and Mitch currently have the best subs, with theirs being in the 57 1x range. Now there's some tricks that aren't done in RTA runs that can be added to potentially make 56 possible. First of all, there is this roll cancel clip in Luncheon. This clip is really hard, but it saves around 7ish seconds if done first try, meaning that our best possible time, let's just say 57 3x, 57:39. That would get us down to a 57:32. In Snow, there is a trick called Ice Corner Clip that saves around 7 seconds if done first try. This would bring our best possible time down to 57:20. In Moon, there is a trick called 2DSS, which also saves around 7 seconds if done first try. This would bring our best possible time down another 7 seconds to 57:18. And finally, in Sand, there is a trick called Ice Corner Clip, which saves around 4ish seconds when done first try. All of these tricks would bring our best possible time down to a 57:14. There's still 15 seconds to be shaved off. How do we shave off these 15 seconds? Well, there are numerous things that can happen to make this next minute barrier a reality. This is the excitement of speedrunning. Anything can really happen. The tricks that aren't done can be optimized, and I'm sure consistent setups will be found for these tricks eventually, so that they can be added into RTA runs. Another factor is just general movement optimization. As the game has progressed, you notice the movement all around starts to get better and better, and I'm sure this is no exception. People time and time again always seem to think that the final minute barrier has been broken or that this world record is perfect. But time and time again, people have pushed speedrunning to its limits, achieving whatever is thought to be impossible. Thanks for watching.